I'm Julia from Julia Teaching Resources, and thank you for joining me tonight. I will be going through a video, explaining in tonight's video all about rhythm in music. So we're going to have a look at rhythm itself, and then I'm going to go into detail about writing about rhythm using a particular song that is a fantastic, has lots of great things. If you want to use it, I suggest you do. So let's get started. I will share my screen now. I'm going to apologize that don't know why, but PowerPoint has been very silly for me this afternoon. So not everything is showing on the screen properly and it won't save. And I did a lot of work on this PowerPoint and I really don't want to lose it all. So I don't know what it's going on, but let's see what happens. Okay, let's go there. I actually don't have any sound, but that'll do. Alrighty, so let me just go from the beginning, but I will get out of that as well. So as I said, we're talking about writing about rhythm in writing about music, and specifically looking at the element of music of rhythm. So that is our main focus tonight. So welcome, as I said, glad you could be here. For me, this is the last week of term 2, and I'm really looking forward to Friday. So I'll be talking about what are the elements of music very briefly. I'll give a brief explanation, I should say, of the 8 elements of music, not the 6 concepts of music. Let me fix that, okay, because it's just wrong. That should be 8 elements. I'd copied the wrong one. Okay, and yeah, so the 8 elements of music, even though I talk about the 6 concepts of music all the time. All right, let's go back from here. And sorry, let me just do that so I can share again. My mistake, I apologize. Okay, let's go from current slide again. So, as I said, we're going to talk about the 8 elements of music, and then I'm going to look at rhythm, specifically talking about rhythm. I won't be doing every aspect of rhythm. I could easily with this particular song, but I'm not going to be able to fit that in because it's just, we'd be here all night, okay? And we're looking at the song by Postmodern Jukebox, a cover version of Smooth Criminal, which has been done by, obviously, Michael Jackson originally, and Alien Ant Farm did a great version. And I have to say, I actually used this particular song when I was doing duration with my kids, and we looked at the comparison between the Alien Ant Farm version and Smooth Criminal by Postmodern Jukebox. It's really good comparison. But let's have a look at this. So the 8 elements of music are dynamics, form or structure, harmony, melody, rhythm, texture, timbre, and tonality. And tonight, as I said, I'm going to focus on the orange one down the bottom there, rhythm. Now, if I make a mistake and say duration, forgive me, because that's what I usually refer to that particular element of music as my concept of music as duration. All right, so as I said, we're going to be looking at rhythm. So essentially, rhythm just means the arrangement of notes of different lengths, often grouped and placed in time in relation to a pulse or steady beat. In other words, how long or short the sound is and how those are arranged within time. Okay, that's all it is. Okay, how they're arranged within time. So, you know, I love a good mind map. And this is the one I like to use. Now, I start this one, I go total BPR as a way to remember it. So I start with tempo, okay, and go around. So the way to talk about rhythm in music is to think about this total BPR. So tempo, ostinato, time signatures, accents, length of notes, beat, phrasing, and rhythm. So TOTALBPR. Total BPR. It's just a way of remembering it, as that's why I get my kids to actually do this. So if you are actually listening to this or watching this and you are completing your HSC in Music 1 in New South Wales for Year 12, this is a really good way to remember and to talk about duration. As I said, duration, the concept of music, duration. But this is referring also to the element of music, rhythm. But tonight, I'm not going to be able to talk about every single one of these, but you would be expected to do that if you were doing the HSC. We're going to only focus on a few of them. So, as I said, if you want to, I suggest you maybe pause this and look at this particular piece of music. So you've got a bit of an idea of what I'm actually talking about here. But as I said, if you want to just do a quick search on Postmodern Jukebox over on YouTube and Smooth Criminal, or you can obviously use that link there. I hopefully will put that in the description when it's over on YouTube, so you can actually go and have a look. Great version of this particular song. There are so many rhythmic changes, and it's just awesome, especially for this particular element or concept of music. So I'm only focusing on a few things because, as I said, it would take too long to actually do this. But in terms of the rhythm, the rhythms change quite often, and it starts off quite straight, okay, initially, and then it changes to a more swing rhythm and syncopated rhythm in the chorus. So the verses are started off quite straight, and then it changes to a swing and syncopated one, especially in the first chorus. And actually it changes back and forth quite a few times. And each time the chorus is performed, it's slightly different again. So lots of changes, but I'm just going to focus on a couple of areas, again, just for time's sake, to give you the idea of what you could be doing when you're writing about music. In this particular one, also the tempo, what I love about it is so many changes. Again, it starts off very, very rubato. There's no real idea of or sense of pulse in any way, shape or form. It's very free and flowing. Then it becomes quite fast, to very, very, very fast. And then it changes, a really dramatic change, to quite slow in the chorus. In terms of the allegro andante, goes more of a slower da, 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 da. Anyway, sorry. I love this version of the song, but in the verse, it's very, very quick. And then it later changes another several times. Okay. It changes so many times. One of the simpler things in this one is that the time signature, it's 4/4, and it stays the same all the way through. Okay. It just doesn't change. There's tempo changes, and the beat actually changes, and the rhythms change, but the time signature does not change. Okay. And then in this particular one, also, that the beat in the very first section, in the very beginning part, where it's quite rubato, it's an indefinite beat. You can't even feel really where the pulse is in the beginning, but then once the verse kicks in and the drums kick in, it's a nice definite beat all the way through, even though, as I said, the time changes often throughout this particular piece. So when you're talking about or writing about music, okay, one of the best things to do is use music. Okay, so that stands for main musical idea, understanding, specific samples, in-depth information, and connect to the element or concept or the question. So in this particular case, we're going to be connecting it back to rhythm. So on this page, I will actually just get out of there because otherwise you won't be able to see me typing. So the main thing is that we actually talk about music first, straight up. So our main musical idea. So our main musical idea is rhythm. So rhythm in music, we're just going to simply refer to the length of notes and how they are arranged in the music. So rhythm is your main idea. Rhythm in music. That's all it is. What I've just written there now is actually the understanding. Okay, so I've just defined what rhythm is. So understanding being the length of notes and how long or short they are, as well as how they're arranged. So we're also going, obviously I need to also show my understanding and introduce the song. So in the song Smooth Criminal performed by Postmodern Jukebox. I keep spelling that wrong. Postmodern Jukebox. There are several changes in the use of rhythm in the music. Okay, so we just, again, as I said, all I've done is talk about the main idea, define what the main idea is showing our understanding, and then I've literally just put in what the name of the song is. Okay, again, just expanding on that main idea so that we know what song we're actually referring to and what concept or what element of music we're actually referring to as well. So the next thing we need to do is simply talk about each of these things, okay, and what they are. So each of these things is a specific sample, And when you actually explain it a bit more, that's your in-depth information. So I like to go sample information, sample information, sample information, sample information as many times as we need to. And then we bring in a connector concept later. So this SI, 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 SI is going to happen here. So what I've got on this page here is literally I've just copied and pasted it to go into here. All right, so I'm going to talk about the beat. In the music, the beat starts off as indefinite, meaning that there is not an instrument performing it. Okay, so I've literally just said in the music, the beat starts off as indefinite. Now you could have left it as that. All right, but let's expand on that. Let's add to that and give some information saying, meaning that there is not an instrument performing it. When the music changes to the verse, the drums enter and the beat becomes definite. So all I did there is actually I went and actually said when the music changes, so I've given a bit of information, the drums enter, and then the last part there is actually the sample, the drums become definite. I just reversed it there. Okay, so that's beat. Simply done that. Okay, again, we could do a lot more on beat, but I'm keeping it simple tonight. All right, I'm going to go to time signature only because you don't have to do these things in order, only because, again, there's not a lot of changes in time signature. Now, this would be a perfect example if you were doing a viva voce, if you wanted to talk about variety, okay, variety in the use of rhythm or the use of duration. This is a great example, great one to do, one to study. So the music, the time signature in the music is 4/4. Now remember, I'm not supposed to write it like that, but it's much easier when I'm typing. This means it is 4 crotchet beats per bar. Now you might say 4, what are they? Quarter notes per bar. Sorry, I was just trying to think in the American term. The time signature is isometric. This means it does not change in the music. All right, so again, I've just done time signature 4/4 isometric. Just literally going, the sample is that the time signature is 4/4. I've defined it. That's giving the information. This means it is 4 crotchet beats per bar. I've added to that the time signature is isometric. Okay, and again, defined what that is. Now, you could combine these things. I said, depends on how you want to do it. All righty. I'm going to go to tempo now. I might say there are several changes in tempo. Sorry, that should be said in tempo the music. The excerpt or the music, doesn't matter what you say, starts rubato, meaning free and flowing. In the verse, I might say first verse because there are lots of changes. In the first verse, the tempo changes to allegro. Fast. Quite lively. I know that could be vivace too, but it's all right. Okay, allegro. Then there is another sudden change in tempo in the first chorus as it slows down to andante at a walking pace. And I could actually then refer to it, actually then, changes back. It actually goes back to the allegro and back to andante. It changes that many times, okay? These changes in tempo happen several times throughout the music. Okay, just to cover it, because as I said, if you were doing this actually as an exam or as a viva voce, you wouldn't actually focus on the whole song. You wouldn't be able to you'd have not enough time to do it. Okay, but it's a fantastic way of talking about variety and all sorts of things if you wanted to. Okay, the last thing there that we need to talk about is rhythm. So the music uses rhythm. Actually, the music has several changes in rhythms. The music has several changes in rhythms from straight rhythms in the verse to a more syncopated and swing rhythm in the chorus. Syncopated, I'm just going to define, means to perform off the beat, and the swing and a swing rhythm is a combination of dotted I might say, and a swing rhythm features the use of dotted notes. Okay. Oh, not sotted, dotted. Sorry. Okay. So again, there's a lot more to this in terms of the actual use of the rhythm in there. There's so many different changes, lots of different things. There's lots of different ways. And I could actually be getting more in detail and talking about what particular instruments are actually doing this, but this is just an overall one for tonight. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is actually talk about why this is important, okay, or connect to concept. So rhythm in music is, or rhythm, I might say, is an important element of music because the because it helps to create variety, and it helps to create both, helps to unite the instruments together. It helps to unite the instruments to perform in time together. Now, again, we could add more to this, all right, but this is pretty well enough. All right, let me just make that to an 18 because that's just, so that'll fit there. All right, so we've added a lot in here. Okay, there's a lot. So I'm going to just duplicate that page, and I will highlight the different colors. So remember, rhythm was our main idea. Rhythm in music refers to, so that is why that is going to be orange, because that is our main idea. So it refers to the length of notes and how they're arranged in the song. And then again, we just talked about what the song actually is and introduced a bit more there. And that is, oh, sorry, that should be my understanding. That should be orange. And the main idea is pink. Silly woman. Silly woman. There she goes. There she's pink. Okay. So remember, we've got a long things. Now I'm going to just make this purple because we know that that is our connect to concept. All right. That is our purple, our connect to concept, which is what that is. Remember, sample, information, sample, information. Sometimes it was information, then sample. But again, that's all it is. So in the music, the beat starts off as indefinite. Okay. So that is definitely a sample. And then I've explained what that means. That meaning that there is not an instrument performing it, okay? And then that, again, is our information about what that means, because you could just say it's indefinite, but what does that mean, okay? When the music changes, so again, another sample to the verse, so it's saying when it actually happens, all right? The drums come in, so again, that is our sample. the drums enter, and the beat becomes definite. All right. So again, it's explaining and giving information about what happens. The time signature in the music is 4/4. Again, that is our sample. All right. And our main, our adding to that is that what it actually is in terms of that means it's 4 crotchet beats per bar. So you can see each time we've given the information, all right, a sample, but you really need that information if you want to get higher marks. If you want to do a really good job at writing about music, you need to give that more information, okay? So the time signature is isometric. Again, that is a sample. All right, and then we've explained what that is. That means it does not change in the music, which means that that is our information about that particular sample. All right, there are several changes in tempo throughout the music. So that is our, what do you call it? That is a sample, because we're just saying, stating that there's several changes. Now, I know a lot of kids that would leave it at that. Great, there's lots of changes. You need to tell me what they are. And then this is all that is. So that the excerpt starts rubato and then all that sort of stuff. Okay, and I'm going to say that all that is our information, in-depth information about the tempo changes. Okay, so that it changed to rubato, free and flowing. In the verse, it was tempo changed to allegro, fast and lively. Then there was another sudden change in tempo in the first chorus as it slows down to andante at a walking pace. These changes in tempo happen several times throughout the music. Okay, again, you could be talking about a bit more. So the music has several changes in rhythm, again, from straight rhythms in the verse. Okay, so several changes in rhythm. All right, so again, that is our sample. And then our changes, and again, that is now, whoops, not from rhythm. That is telling us all about what it was actually happening with those particular rhythms. All right, so you can see now that there's a lot of information based out of all this here. So you can see, I'll just go back to slideshow. So you can see, though, if we read the whole thing, rhythm in music refers to the length of notes and how they are arranged in the music. In the song Smooth Criminal, performed by Postmodern Jukebox, there are several changes in the use of rhythm in the music. In the music, or in the excerpt, you can change it, the beat starts off as indefinite, meaning that there is not an instrument performing it. When the music changes to the verse, the drums enter and the beat becomes definite. The time signature in the music is 4/4. This means it is 4 crotchet beats per bar. The time signature is isometric. This means it does not change in the music. There are several changes in tempo throughout the music. The excerpt starts rubato, meaning free and flowing. In the first verse, the tempo changes to allegro, fast and lively. Then there is another sudden change in the tempo in the first chorus as it slows down to andante at a walking pace. These changes in tempo happen several times throughout the music. The music has several changes in rhythm, from straight rhythms in the verse to a more syncopated and swing rhythm in the chorus. Syncopated means to perform off the beat, and a swing rhythm features the use of, that should say dotted, not doted, okay, dotted notes. All right, rhythm is an important element of music because it helps to unite the instruments to perform in time together. All righty, so let me just fix that up, because that should be dotted, not doted. Okay. It's annoying when things don't necessarily pick it up, your mistakes there. So you could see there, and look, this is obviously a first draft. I'm doing this live. I would definitely change a few things in here if I was doing this and editing this, okay? I've said quite a few times, the music, we could say in the excerpt, in this section, whatever, okay? Could be quite a few different things. So you could do all that. All right, so if you'd like to know more about how to write about music, check out my Writing About Music course over on Teachable, julia.teachable.com. Now, if you're watching this in real time, this is June in 2022. The doors are open at the moment, okay, to the course, because most kids are now preparing for their trial exams in the HSC, and that's why the doors are open. So if you're wanting to get your hands on some more information and how to do this, go and check that out. If you'd like to find some classroom-ready resources for you to use, you can go and see them over in my Teachers Pay Teacher store. And again, you can use the link in the description below, or simply just go to Teachers Pay Teachers, and if you type in Julia Teaching Resources, you will find that my store is there very easily. And also, if you'd like to get a free copy of the mind maps, again, use that link there, julia.com/free mind maps, all smooshed together, and you can get a free copy of those. And if you'd like to read more on rhythm in music, you can obviously go to my blog there at juliajulia.com. But you'll also find, if you're watching this on YouTube, that I've actually got a whole video just on rhythm as well. So let me just stop share and say thank you very much for watching. I appreciate your time this evening. And until next time, happy teaching.